Welcome back to another episode of the Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Shawnee095, and I'm here with...
I'm Psychometry.
I am Sasha Streams.
I'm Zombie Joe.
And we're going to be roasting CBR's anime list. Anyone want to tell us what that anime list is exactly?
Well, we're going to be
CBR?
roasting Shonen.
15 best shonen anime ever. Number
Damn, I need to turn
15.
Sasha up. Number 15. So,
Number 15.
everyone knows what, shonen animes are. They're like the ones that are like the long running. Typically, they are more or less like, a lot of times with shonen animes, they are weekly. But then again, there's some that are, I guess, more like MHA, where they just have their seasons, and it helps them to have a better budget, better animation, blah, 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 so on and so forth.
Well, shonen anime, by definition, just means anime catered to young men.
Boys.
Yeah. Because there's shonen, there's seinen, then there's shoujo.
Yep.
Right?
The three categories. So young men, adults, and young women.
Yep. And I think the young women have like basically a seinen 1, 2, or is it that just senen's just like
no,
mature,
seinen just
mature,
means
right?
mature, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, who wants to go ahead and talk about number 15?
So we just...
I mean, right now, like, we're going to talk about it, and then, like, we'll, like, give more and whatnot, and, give it the big old roasties. Because, I mean, I've already looked at this list.
Oh,
I
I
don't
haven't.
understand.
I didn't want to spoil myself.
Well, I want to make sure it's at least going to be something worth talking about.
Right.
So,
To be honest, I've
Seems like a bit interesting.
number 15 is Black Clover. I've never watched it, and honestly have never had the inclination to want to.
I mean, it's fair because, I mean, I've heard it's much better in the manga just because in the anime, and I mean, I've watched it, and Asta is so annoying with the amount of times he yells.
Free.
I mean, don't get me wrong, his character development's great. Yeah, no, like, it's a good voice actor and everything, just...
I feel like
the amount of
he's
yelling.
the voice that you'd expect when you're reading the manga.
Yeah, probably.
It's like really animated and expressed in the manga.
Yeah, because, I mean, his best friend is the exact opposite of him. Because, for those who don't know, Black Clover with Asta and... God, I just watched it not too long ago. Yeah, his best friend. Is gifted with magic. Because this is whole, like, magical world, whatnot. And Asta had no magic. So he was born without magic. But the synopsis goes... Oh, fuck this. This is synopsis shit. Either way, he ends up getting a magic book, but the magic book does not have any magic. It has a demon within it that allows him to use that demon's power, which is magic nullification. He gets swords that have the magic nullification, and if you hit person with sword, magic gun for a bit. Yeah, he bonk him. He sent him to Horny Joe with swords.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's good. It's good. But I don't know, for it being on their list for the top 15, I don't know about that, but we can get more into that in a bit, just because this is still so new, and for all of the like shonen animes that there's been,
I'd say,
I don't know.
For coming out in
all
2017, it does not even look really that great animation-wise.
No, and I mean, it was a weekly anime, so like even talk about like One Piece, that one does not have great animation just because it was weekly.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
even in One Piece, like, you still get some really nice gems, but like, every picture
Yeah.
I've seen of Black Clover just kind of seems...
The fights are good, even though it's like low animated. Honestly,
That's
the fights are good.
fair enough,
Yeah,
I
it definitely
suppose.
has the shonen problem of inconsistency. Black Clover,
Yes.
I've heard, has good animation in certain places. Just a lot of the filler, a lot of the low energy scenes have subpar animation because they're just trying to cut corners.
Yeah. Josh, you about to say something about it?
No, I was like, why are you guys like talking so negatively of this anime? I've heard nothing but things. I was getting confused with another title. I was thinking Black
What was
Butler,
that?
not Black
Oh,
Clover.
Black-
I was like, because I haven't seen either. And Black Butler, I've heard so many good things. I'm like, I mean, really? This low on the list? You guys don't think it should be here? And I was like, yeah.
Well, first and foremost, Black Butler isn't even a shonen. It would definitely be a shonen.
No.
And I dropped that one so quick. It got so boring.
What?
I
It
enjoyed
is what it is.
Wait,
I've
Black
heard
Butler?
it's funny. Yeah, I heard it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
funny.
dropped it.
It's decently comedic when it needs to be.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But I don't know. It wasn't for me.
Understand.
Anyways,
But
wanna go on to number
no, my
14,
issue
or
with
do you want to
Black
continue talking
Clover on
about
this
it?
list is
Fuck
just that it
14.
has a weak start.
It really does. Yes, it
Like-
is such a slow start.
It I've heard what I've heard about it is that problem with it is that it gets good and then it's just like, okay, but I don't want to sit through, what was it, like 15, 30
God,
episodes
dude.
for it to get good.
Yeah.
And then when they have their fillers, it is hell. It's not like Bleach filler at least, but it's still like hell fillers. If you know, you know. Bleach fillers. Ugh.
Oh god, yeah. I'm sorry. Are you talking about an entire fucking arc?
Yes. In the middle of your arc. Yes.
That's great.
All right.
You know what didn't have a slow
So-
start? Number
What?
14, Attack on Titan.
No, it did not.
Don't.
Dude, they just threw you in that shit right away. I can only speak for season 1. I know season 1 well. I need to catch up. I apologize. But as far as season 1, I will say they threw you right in the shit. Like,
I will say this should not be on the list though.
I was about
It
to
is
say, yeah.
not shonen.
Yeah,
Well, not
well,
Would you consider this? I'd say this should definitely be more mature if you ask me.
well, here's my question. Is this going based off of, Shonen Jump? Because wasn't this...
No,
I
this is
think so
going-
because it's saying because it's published in Shonen magazine.
No, there you go.
Yeah,
was gonna
it
say-
says. It even
Jump,
says many people have
but-
argued whether or not Attack on Titan should be considered a shonen or not. I vote for no.
But-
Shonens, while at some points use violence and things to get story across, it's never just gratuitous shit like Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is gory and brutal for the sake of being gory and brutal.
Love it.
It's a
But-
story to service the gore.
sure, but young men especially nowadays, love that shit.
Well, right, I get that, but
Yeah. More desensitized to it, to be honest. Yeah.
dude.
yeah, it's less of a it's more of a normalized thing now. But either way, if we're going by the base definition of like a shonen, you're really, really stretching the definition if you're trying to get Attack on Titan.
According to Japan's definition, they're young men. It encapsulates anyone from 14 to 17.
Oh, okay.
For a
Yeah,
17-year-old, something like Attack on Titan would be like,
yeah,
Nothing
but that's
to
also the extreme spectrum.
we consider, even over here in the West, we consider 17-year-olds already to be in the mature category.
Let's be
Right, but
honest,
at that
dude.
point, 14 to 16, that's not.
But let's be real. I mean, how many kids went to go see It and It Chapter 2? Let's be
I can
real.
barely hear you.
You should probably turn me up.
How many people went to go see Deadpool?
Well, that's what I'm
Think about
saying.
that.
Like these are these are what would be the range of watching this, going and watching this stuff. And I'd like to say, please mark this conversation for next week. There's some points that I want to bring up
for next week.
for King's Game,
Okay.
because definitely
Okay.
I would
No, yeah,
totally
definitely.
segue into that, but we're not on that this week.
No, that's a good point. But either way, Attack on Titan. I mean, if you know it, you know it.
To be fair,
Like,
I don't even really
episode
like it,
1
so.
hits hard.
Like
And
in the feels. Like holy shit.
it hits hard, and then it does have its a little bit of slow point after like giving more like build up, letting the characters grow, and then it just tosses you right back into the shit. It's good.
You know, Kabanari did that too.
Out. Out. You said the word. Out.
Said the name. Forbidden.
He has spoken the name of the anime we do not talk about.
We're gonna need a
unholy-
post
Kabanari
bleep
was
of
the
that
great
out.
value.
Oh, he did it
Let's be
again.
real. Yeah, but with that
What?
comparison, I think we could agree that was the great value Attack on Titan.
I mean, I guess.
I think Attack on
I don't
Titan
know
is
if
the
I'd
great
even
value
give it
Attack on
great
Titan, to
value.
be fair.
It's stripped like the Dollar Tree or Dollar General.
I think it's also important to preface before we continue, because we're talking about how, you know, what should and shouldn't belong in shonen. They also categorize it by its intellectual thought, because it's supposed to apply to, you know, the themes are supposed to apply directly to its core audience. So seinen shows usually cover things that adults can relate to, you know, day-to-day problems,
Bro.
you know, big philosophical
Attack on Titan.
thinking. But Attack on Titan is very basic still. It's talking about the fact that, you know, work as a team, you know, all that kind of good shit.
I feel like
Abort,
it should
abort,
be.
abort.
If it's not.
They've in season 4, I'll tell you right now, it's gone straight like off the rail. It's like going like into fascism and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
It's
I mean, if it's not shonen, it doesn't necessarily have to be either of the other two classifications either.
yeah,
I mean,
but all right.
eh.
It's all good. I mean, it's a good series. I'll leave it where it is. It's good. Number 13. Who here has actually seen Code Geass?
Silence falls of the
Cricket.
crowd.
Cricket.
I don't know. I mean, look at that
God,
art.
I
That just
hate
that
all
doesn't
of you.
appeal. That doesn't
It
appeal
doesn't.
to me.
Yeah, no. Okay. To be fair, every time I've ever looked at Code Geass, I hate the look of it. Its character designs and its animation. Look at that dude's face. Look at that angle. You
Look at his
cannot tell
cloak.
me with a straight face that doesn't look fucked up.
I gotta tell you, you're not gonna be able to watch Clanad then.
I
Oh, they're
also
eyes.
avoid Clanad. To be fair,
You what?
I avoid both of those.
I will say though, Code Geass has a really good story. Yes, the characters are outrageously slim and slender for no reason.
Everything looks
But-
off.
I mean,
The
what was the
mechs
choice of
and,
what was
and
it?
everything are great, and just
Mechs.
like, yeah, it's a mech anime.
Oh God.
Which
Yeah, it's a mech anime about a rebellion.
And
With
one of the
powers.
characters looks like a fucking Fire Emblem character.
I mean, I guess it really shows its age being a mid-2000s anime.
Yeah,
Even in mid-2000s, shit didn't look that bad.
I mean,
Okay,
wouldn't say it looked bad,
fucking
it was good.
K Project came out in like what, 08?
I don't know.
2000s was not
Yeah, actually.
that bad.
All right, well, I mean, honestly, like Code Geass came out around the time of number 12, which is Bleach, and the animation on the two are completely different.
Yeah, that's a pretty night and day difference.
I mean,
Like,
wasn't
Geass had more vivid colors instead of like,
And there's
Real
something to be
toned
said
down.
about bold like character design and like color choices and things like that, but it also has to look.
yeah.
What is up with that fucking girl with pink hair's head? Never mind.
you mean like her hair design?
Yeah, but like,
Nah, man. Callan's
I will say
design is
this.
pretty iconic.
The anime, it's good. It honestly is.
To be fair,
yes,
it might
that
be.
there's a lot of like jagged faces, real pointy for no reason, but the story's good.
Yeah, I mean there was worse out, so I mean. Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
Consider one of
Again,
the
it has mechs.
3. Ugh.
But number 12, Bleach.
I like Bleach, but it comes up on these lists way too fucking often.
Why the hell does
'Cause,
Bleach,
I mean,
sit higher than Code Geass, though?
That's honestly a good question. I understand why it's like
Because let's be honest, most of the people, whoever was responsible for this list, probably didn't watch that far in. I'm going based off of the actual Shonen
Bleach or
Jump,
Code Geass?
Bleach.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, everything that I know about Bleach is I read through Shonen Jump.
not into the fillers and all that stuff.
Exactly. So I didn't have all that. So for me, this hits differently. Like I didn't have like
dude, I mean
30 issues of like, hey, we're breathing, you know.
we're heading to Waco Mundo. Actually, we're back at school. Give us a minute. Fucking 30 episodes later. Damn.
I mean,
I was about to
it's
say
still a good, enjoyable time, and I find the premise decently compelling.
No, it's good. It just
It
the way that
drags.
the way it drags and everything. And I hope to God that whenever they do the 1,000-Year War or whatever it's called, 1,000-Year Arc, whatever, 1,000 War Arc, whatever, I don't care. I hope that there's no fillers. Please, for the love of God, no fillers.
You know,
Let's-
it's
you know
not
what
gonna
you're
happen.
asking.
Let's also not forget Bleach introduced so many fucking waifus.
That is
Yeah.
pretty iconic, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about like when you sit here and think about it, it's like, dude, there was so much fucking artwork.
At
that came
least
from this.
6 of them.
I can't remember her name, but yep, there's the blonde. There's Orihime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got my boy over here acting up real quick.
The fucking cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
Yep.
was it, Yoriichi?
Stacked ass cat.
But either way, Bleach was like really cool. I mean, the whole premise of like the Soul Reapers and everything was really cool, and just I don't know. I think they could have done better if they didn't go so hard with the fillers.
At the same time, to comment on it, knowing that Code Geass is a mech anime, I don't feel like mech animes hit hard in the West as much as people would like. We don't
Gundam.
get as much of that stuff over here as
Mobile
the
Suit.
mech stuff as
I
everything
mean,
else.
still Mole Suit doesn't hit as hard over here,
Yeah.
though.
It's not as popular as it is in Japan, obviously, but there's still a decently big following for like Gundam.
Yeah, I mean, like,
so.
there's a big following for a lot of things, but like,
I guess in
it's still-
mecha in general, is really not.
Yeah.
I mean-
There's not very many.
I mean, there's two. Like, I can guarantee I could probably name off. You guys be like, "What the hell is that?" Gravion,
nope,
Gravion's
Name
Way,
sounds mildly familiar. And what's
Go
it?
Danner.
nope.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those were really long series too. They didn't hit.
Interesting. Mecha anime are they can't be just like the rest of the basic story, because to be fair, Robotech is also kind of guilty of it, but I suppose at that point it's also one of the progenitors of it. But holy shit, it gets a little obtuse at times.
Well, if we want to go from Bleach, it goes straight into Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
At number 11.
You know what?
Oh,
I feel
guys,
it.
I can't
I feel
say
it.
anything. I have no history with this whatsoever. I never watched the show, never played the game, nothing.
The original Yu-Gi-Oh! That was some good shit back in the day, man. That
Yes.
was some good, clean, just fun.
Heart of the Cards.
Yeah, just everybody's having fun playing. Just
I'm sorry, Yu-Gi was not having fun playing. He was trying to save his grandfather's
well, okay,
soul.
not in the show, I guess. Yeah, but but in general, like besides that first arc, everybody's having a decent time.
Yeah.
And it really did kind of spawn a whole thing.
My grandpa's deck is the strongest deck.
Gets fucking power leveled. Get XYZ summon nerd. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's earned its place on the list here.
Well, don't forget, we're going to be moving everything around when we get to the end, just because there's going to be a lot of stuff we don't agree with. But, alright, so we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Here.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Was pretty
Before Power
good
Creep.
because of the fact that it benefited a lot off of the weekly schedule that it did.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Like with how, they'd introduce gimmicks into their battles and how there was always like a new opponent
New cards
to
that you
face.
can get.
Yeah, it was
They came out with fucking packs specifically made, like decks pre-built from the characters of the show and shit.
Yep.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Was pretty, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was pretty well revered just because of the fact that the writing never felt stale.
Yeah, until it got to, like, after GX. Ugh.
Right, but Just Duel Monsters. Just Duel Monsters was really good. It was able to stand out on its own, and it was all of the sequels that came afterwards that got weaker and weaker.
Yep, you can only milk something for so long.
Pretty much. You can tell it was getting worse because of the fact that the base game had to introduce so many gimmicks into it to make it exciting.
Well, to be fair, that's also power creep.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's where you start losing people, right? It's like
Yeah.
they loved OG Yu-Gi-Oh! And the fact that you were messing around with it too much is how you lost them.
Yep.
Synchros and all that stuff, it dropped me. And then they did this whatever with the VR, whatever. I don't even know what the hell's going on there.
I just wish we could go back to the simple times of, like, Toon Monster decks and, shitty, silly theme decks.
Bro, the Toon Monster, Toon World and all that.
Toon
So
is my favorite. I still, to this day, have a Toon Monster deck. And I love it.
I've got an Elemental Hero deck I still have.
Oh, dude. Elemental Hero was also a fun one.
Alright, so next. 7 Deadly Sins. Not to be mistaken with, the 7 Mortal Sins. Is that what that one was that Dan watched instead?
Dude, I know what you're talking about. That's the real
You are
story,
not
right?
Joey Wheeler.
Bro, we want to talk
Stop.
about inconsistent animation. 7 Deadly Sins is where it's really at.
Yes.
Yeah,
dude. It's so unfortunate. It's such a good series, but like Netflix, it's not even Netflix actually. It's just the I think it's JC Staff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, JC Staff really just dropped the ball with the animation on these last, I think, 2 seasons.
The character designs were cool, but I really could not make it very far.
By the way, Luke, what's up? And thank you for coming from Sasha's streams.
Sasha
hello.
Streams.
Welcome.
But
Oh,
yeah,
Night
7
Bite
Deadly
Pine Dog
Sins.
patron. Stop
Yeah,
spamming
because
caps.
he typed in caps. We'll talk about this at the end, but yes, we are live every Sunday. You can watch us. But yeah, anyways, 7 Deadly Sins, it had great animation and great character design at the beginning, but it's just gone downhill.
All right,
And I think they're doing their final season, I think, this year. So wait and see how that goes.
I gotta ask. When did the drop off in the animation happen? I mean, I've just finished season 1.
I think it's like season 3 where the animation
Okay.
really changes.
I was about to say,
Like,
because
there's still certain fights that happen that are like really good, but just like everything else in it is kind of disappointing.
okay, I had a small heart attack there. I was going to say, dude, I didn't see it change too much in the first season. Please tell me it wasn't in the first season. I'm
What was
blind.
that, Sasha?
I saw Psycho's fucking
Wait a minute, I just
headset
realized.
cord,
Sean,
and I
what's
was
the
like,
title
that
of
shit
the
gives me
stream right
anxiety.
now?
title of the stream should be motherfucker, change it again.
About to say.
Dude, my OBS has been just like
Are you
dropping
using
the ball on that,
slobs,
man.
or
Yes.
You know, I had a sneaking suspicion. I was like, everything's going too well. We didn't scuff the intro. And the discussion's going
So
fine.
annoying.
Something's got to be wrong.
So annoying. Alright.
Welcome back to the caffeinated, scuffed weebs.
it'll work? It'll buff.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Anyways, up next, Fairy Tail. Anyone watch Fairy Tail? No?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I did.
All right, gotcha about it.
I haven't finished it. The world is really cool. The whole like premise of it's really interesting. The magic guilds, all that stuff, and the magic creatures. It gets a little kind of like, cheesy shonen points in it, and obvious shonen points.
As it should.
Yeah. He only watches Fairy Tail for the females. To be fair, Lucy and Ezra, fair. But yeah, I mean it's good. I don't know if I'd give it number 9 or anything like that, but it's good. It's actually kind of funny because there's certain characters who are kind of redesigned in My Hero, which is the next one.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in the last season of My Hero, in the last episode, it is what is his name? Natsu and Gray, their characters are basically like redesigned and put as fanboys of Endeavors.
They did like a cameo. Was this like a shout out?
Kind
to
of, yeah.
Fairy Tail's creator.
Yeah.
I love it when they do that shit in Shonen.
Dude, I love it. Yes, I love it so
Dude,
much.
y'all remember Naruto's last chapter?
Yes.
Where they did a call out to One Piece.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
And I think One Piece did one for them as well during that same week.
That
Yes,
sometimes
it
happens
was-
in Gintama.
Yeah, I know it does. But yes, My Hero. So the animation on this is great across the board. Just because they have it to where it's not a weekly release, but it's by seasons. And yeah, it honestly is the face of Shonen right now. It definitely is. And I will also say that because the way that they are releasing it is allowing it to stay high in detail, so it doesn't drop off like other ones whenever they drop the ball on animation, like Black Clover and Seven Deadly Sins. Cough, cough.
Luke Hazen asks, have you discussed Demon Slayer?
We have not, and I will say right now, it is not on the list. It is not on the Shonen list.
This seems like it might have been made before Demon Slayer came out.
Wait, when was this list made, actually? This was published,
actually a really good
March
question.
5th, 2020.
Oh, huh.
Yikes.
I was about to say, I think there's a good reason for this, but I'll discuss it when we get there.
All right. But yeah, so
When we get there.
My Hero. I don't know if have y'all watched My Hero?
I did watch a bit of My Hero. I still need to watch their current, what was a school festival arc, and then season 4. Still need to watch that.
Start on season 5.
Oh, right,
Wait,
season 5.
which school festival? You're talking about the whole like band thing they're doing?
It's the one after fighting.
Oh yeah.
What's his face?
Oh yeah. That good fight. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay.
But
And you said a
what I
little
had
bit,
to say
Josh.
about it. Wait, what was that?
No, go ahead. Talk about it.
But in terms of what I have to say about it is, as I've stated in chat, it's very much the face of shonen anime right now in our time, because when you think about a clean action series with good-hearted themes, I definitely think of My Hero Academia, that you can advertise to 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds, that kind of thing. You know, with your contention about how Attack on Titan was way too dark for the younger audience, then My Hero is definitely the face for it then.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I would say it's one of the biggest, yeah.
I'd say in terms of it being number 8, at least going ahead, yeah, I could. I feel like it could rank a little bit higher because, you know, My Hero. It's one of the better examples of shonen anime. I think it definitely learns a lot from its predecessors. The animation is rather consistent. I think they have a great team working behind it. The writing, the world building, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, for something that probably feels a bit overkill in terms of its quality, it deserves a little bit higher ranking on the list, in my opinion. But you know, it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah. And Josh, you said you watched a bit of it.
Yeah, I watched the season 1 back when that first came out, and I've been meaning to go back. And I gotta say, I did enjoy what I watched, and honestly, with as much popularity as this has gained, I agree with Psycho. I'm surprised it isn't a little bit higher on the list because of that. My God, dude. You know, this didn't click with me before,
definitely.
the whole Canada Dry.
What was it?
This it didn't click with me before, why everyone kept joking about you drinking Canada Dry, and it just clicked with me.
What is that?
Canada Dry, your drink of choice.
Ah, man,
'Cause it's
like
Canadian?
ginger ale.
I also enjoy Canada Dry.
Well, no,
It's
it was
the best
just because,
ginger ale.
like, never mind. Moving on. It was
I
one of those
get
things
it.
where it's like,
It's
it just
the
clicked with me, like, oh,
Canadian.
God.
It's the Canadian.
All right. So, anyways,
You drink with the fucking tab up too, you absolute menace.
What?
What?
Look, the tab is up on that drink.
What do you mean?
I saw that.
What are they on about? What are they on about, guys?
okay. Anyways, next up, Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I'm sorry, it deserves a place on this list.
It does
definitely
deserve a place on this list. I
But
just
as
don't
a
know
7,
about this high.
As a 7.
I gotta say,
Now, the thing is, if they added Boruto, it definitely should not be on the list, or it would at least have to be like at 15
This is
for me.
strictly Naruto and Naruto Shippuden.
Yes.
I'm gonna be real. Back when I was reading Shonen Jump, this was the face of Shonen Jump.
Yes,
This,
it was.
This really
Yeah.
was. Like, this ranked higher than Bleach. I remember when everybody was making their own headbands because you couldn't go to the store and buy them. Like, I remember like how big this was at the time.
Dude, I was making paper shurikens in middle school.
You probably made paper shurikens probably about a half hour ago, knowing you. Fucking weird.
You know what? You can go fuck yourself.
No, honestly, though, it's like when you think about why anime had such a wide reach, Naruto was one of the bigger reasons. You know, you had
Yes.
kids
It
doing
appealed to the normies, definitely.
fucking Naruto,
Naruto
runs.
running.
You had
Yes.
kids learning how to make the paper shurikens. This was big in my elementary school when I was doing elementaries. We learned how to do paper shurikens amongst, you know, the kids. Like, they taught it, we did it, we threw it at class during class time. We got in trouble for that shit.
Yep, and then it got banned and shit.
Yeah. But
Great.
it's mostly because of Japanese companies having seen how popular Naruto was over here in the West that, you know, a lot of people realized, hey, there's a market for anime in the West. We should start
Mm-hmm.
advertising to them. We should start
Thank
catering
you,
to them.
Toonami.
Honestly.
I gotta say, though, as
miss
much as
it.
I know people have that connection with the anime, again, this is one of those ones where the manga was bigger with me. The look, I mean, if you held, I mean, it's not just the story.
Oh, dude.
The art style and everything, it was so, I mean, that's what pulled me in. And I enjoyed the anime, don't get me wrong, but like for me, this will always rest with the anime. Or the manga, because I read that, like, that's what really pulled me in.
I will say for Naruto, I have most of the manga actually over here on my shelf. I need to finish my Naruto collection because I think I'm only up to like book 31. No, I'm sorry. 47. I need to finish it. I need to finish that collection just because I really want to have all of them.
Here's a little bit of a hot take I'm about to give. I feel like this should sit at least number 1 or number 2 on this list, and here's why.
Yes.
Naruto and Naruto Shippuden is a generational anime. It, and before, when you think of the term generation anime, there are like only 2 that'll come to mind. It's JoJo's and Naruto. JoJo's for the obvious reason that it's an anime about generations, right? But Naruto was one that had an audience, and it had an audience that grew up alongside Naruto, the show, and also the character, if you want to think about it that way. You watched this anime evolve, and now I'll say in terms of number 1 or 2, maybe number 2, because yes, it had its pain points. It has the common drop off in animation quality. You had the filler arcs in between important
tons
things.
Of filler.
Ninja War.
Oh my God's amount of filler.
Like, I understand why filler arcs exist, but it was like, damn, you guys dropped big, like alternate dimension stories and stuff like that in the middle of a war arc, and I was like, I'm not for it. But
doing
still,
like
at the end of the day,
4 flashbacks within flashbacks.
Yeah. You watched it grow. You watched it evolve. You've watched this anime go from that mid-2000s anime style to like something more modern, something more sleek. You watched the stories get better and better and with bigger and bigger stakes. And especially in concerns with the next one, it's like you can talk about Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball has been going on for so long that its audience has grown up and grown out of it. And, you'll see people talk about different points of time that they'll have entered this series, but Naruto, it's pretty much universal. You started from there, you ended at that point. Whether you continued with Boruto is a different case, but it was a thing that ended alongside your, exit out of Shonen, I suppose.
I will say, though, that Dragon Ball does have a bit of generation to it as well, because it did start out with Dragon Ball.
Into 6.
Yeah, we're just going to go straight into it, yeah. Fuck yes. And then it went from Dragon Ball into Dragon Ball Z, and you're even able to watch as the characters grew up from Dragon Ball Z. Like, you literally watched Gohan grow into the shit character he ended up being.
So, I do want to say, it kind of upsets me that it just says Dragon Ball Z here. I feel like if it had also included Dragon Ball, it should have been perhaps a little bit higher on the list.
Yeah, especially if they did Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, they should have done
Dragon
Ball.
Yes, fucking Dragon Ball, along with spoiler alert, my absolute top pick would be fucking Fist of the North Star. And like neither of them have shown up on here. It's insane.
Was Fist of the North Star considered a shonen?
It was the first one.
I wasn't.
At least the first big one. I mean, it pretty much spawned all the big like Mad Max shit.
I mean, if you're mad about it, you got to take it up with its Sage Ashford.
Because
that speaks about what they've seen.
Dragon Ball Z is. Without mentioning Dragon Ball is just kind of ludicrous, especially when you're talking about shonens.
We're playing devil's advocate here. Let's be real. How many people are you going to ask, have you heard of Dragon Ball Z? But then when you mention Dragon Ball, you're like, yeah, I never watched that. Like, more people have seen Dragon Ball Z than Dragon Ball. It was more available than Dragon Ball.
But I feel that's a little irrelevant because, it showed, like, weekly television in the U.S., like for like all the way through the 80s for Dragon Ball. So I feel like it at least, if not deserves a high spot on this list, at least a very like heavy mention. And
really is like the best though.
I don't say the best. I honestly don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like the reason I think Dragon Ball Z is on this list is because there's a very good reason why people
I think it's better than
Dragon Ball Z, but haven't gone back to watch Dragon Ball. I think I've heard of this argument before, where it's like a lot of people who got into Dragon Ball Z, they couldn't get into Dragon Ball.
Well, it's because so Dragon Ball Z is a super like spastic different kind of show about literally just about, oh no, my number is bigger, so I'm stronger, or oh, I get to cheat because literally every time I get beaten within an inch of my life, I just get stronger.
Well,
so
it was Dragon Ball Z turned into a power level game, while Dragon Ball was just Goku was.
Yeah, it's a weekly fun
Goku.
Little. Goku is some kind of not quite human thing that just beats the shit out of everything around him. But he's such an idiot, he doesn't like realize how much of a threat he is.
Probably why Dragon Ball Z is mentioned and not Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball definitely was very much a like cultural difference type of thing. Dragon Ball appealed to Japanese fans, of course, because there were a lot of weirdness and wackiness that you'd have expected out of Dragon Ball, out of an anime at that time, really.
Right, like Dr.
Whereas
Slump.
Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z was kind of universal. It was like guys beating the shit out of each other. That's something we can understand. That's why it's so revered and so well known, and why people can't watch Dragon Ball after watching Dragon Ball Z. Just the cultural difference is too strong.
I guess I don't know. I just feel like it sets a very solid foundation at the very least. And if you're going to talk about Dragon Ball Z, you should talk about Dragon Ball. I mean, it's original predecessor, even though fucking Toriyama is like, right, I'm going to just completely rewrite Dragon Ball.
Okay, let me put it like this. Let's use this comparison, and let's see if it catches some flack. That's like loving watching Teen Titans and then going to watch Teen Titans Go.
You can go fuck yourself.
Get out.
How is that not the same comparison? You're going from all this crime, all this like ass kicking, and then you jump to, it's not quite what you watched. It's a little different.
Negative. Those are two very different things, because, see, the thing is, Titans Go is objectively garbage.
I mean, I didn't say it was amazing.
Well, right. But, I mean,
but I'm saying
there's really nothing to be gained from that one, because, I get it's the difference between a more adult-oriented and more kid-oriented thing, but Dragon Ball's not just a cartoon for kids. I don't know if you've, gone back and watched it in a while, but
I know that a lot of the content is like way different, but at the same time, you look at older cartoons in the 90s and a lot of the shit that they got away with. Look at Animaniacs. Yep. Fingerprints. Hello. I think we can all figure out what that was alluding to, but as kids, they didn't know what the fuck that meant.
Well, yeah, they did the exact same thing in Dragon Ball.
Yeah. And I'm not saying they didn't. I mean, maybe that was a horrible analogy, and okay, clearly it was a horrible analogy. What I'm saying is, people are going in. They started the series with the fighting, and there's fighting in Dragon Ball, but it's not in the same sense, and they're already used to one way, and they're completely changing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Dragon Ball. I'm right there with you. I think it should get some honorable mention at least, but at the same time, looking at the list, they don't seem to go too far back with some of these.
I feel like
again, which is why I think this list is horridly incomplete, because it doesn't even take into context the history of said shonen.
I feel like your Teen Titans analogy works better if you're talking about from Dragon Ball Z to like the new Dragon Ball, the one where Goku's like
Super.
Again.
Oh god,
yeah. That's a better analogy.
Yeah, because literally nothing but silly shit happened. The entire thing happens because Goku's like, yo, but I want to have a fight, though. It's gonna end the entirety of, 8 different universes. Yeah, but I want to fight. Goku's literally just the bad guy.
Yeah.
And everybody treats him like it. They're like, oh, you're just literally a fucking monster. He's like, I want to fight.
And just to clarify, I when I made that analogy, I was thinking of it going from the combat to
a different
was some combat,
more...
but it wasn't as serious as say Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball is definitely way more comedic.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, number 5, One Piece.
We are missing.
I wanted to talk about the
specific man that we
Sage's
need for that.
comments here under Dragon Ball Z first, though. About how the Dragon Ball Z was the progenitor for things like transformation, like power-ups, training sequences, and stuff like that.
Okay, go right ahead.
I mean,
is that an agreeable statement?
That's definitely agreeable. I mean, I can definitely see how they differ and why they do. Just completely cutting one out from the other seems a little arbitrary and odd. Especially when literally what the fuck is number 4? Never heard of it.
I also
it
love
is
this other
great
comment
series.
where it's like lack of character. Dragon Ball Z's lack of character development and generally simplistic
Wait a minute.
plots can leave something to be desired.
Did we just seriously skip 5, Sean?
No.
No, we have not.
Okay.
No.
I thought
I
you
just
were,
looked at
seriously
number
calling out
4.
skipping it. Because I know you hate it.
No. One Piece is definitely a very good long-running series. It has a little... Okay, it has way too much filler. I will completely agree that. It has so much filler that there are websites dedicated to giving you a no-filler, like...
Literally any anime that has a bit of filler will have
does not exist for like
some
Naruto
kind of
too.
website.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Naruto, Bleach.
This
they
was
all
one
have
of the
a
big
filler
ones
list.
where it was like, okay, people need to compile a list of like all the worthless episodes. Because, to be fair, there are entire arcs that you can just cut out and nothing will be lost from One Piece. As much as I love it.
But I don't know.
It's such a unique, lovely art style, like crazy, odd character designs, weird ideas for characters.
I've heard it's better. It's a better read than it is like a watch.
Absolutely.
I just say, this is another thing that I did read. Going into One Piece, I've read more manga than I've watched the anime. So
And that's
I will say
honestly
I
a better
did
Maybe
way to
I'll
do
just go and maybe I'll just go and read it at some point.
Yeah, because, I mean, you get a lot more context. Things make a little bit more sense.
Spend your next sick leave reading One Piece.
Alright, so number 4. Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic. Bro. Y'all haven't seen this, have y'all?
This is still been on
from
my
what I
blog,
just
so
said,
it's-
no. I've never even seen this. This is an absolute, like, blank in my mind. I've never even heard of this.
It's so good.
I've heard it is
Literally who and why is it at number 4?
Also, just
Because it is so good.
looking up the pronunciation, it's Magi.
Do not say Magi. No, it is not. And I don't care if you go give me the stupid link where it goes
is.
Magi.
Well,
no,
not even that. The original, like, archaic term, Magi, that is correct.
No, it's Magi.
No, it really isn't. I can 99%.
I'm gonna say
guarantee
Magi
you.
Sickles.
every single fucking
Sickles.
time.
I mean, you can, but you're also like, it's America. It's legal to be wrong, but
I'm sorry, did
All right,
somebody say they own a
motherfucker.
sickle?
yeah, no, exactly. That's the equivalent of what you're doing. Sigil.
Everywhere I look, it's Magi.
Yeah, no, it is Magi. Sean is just being very.
Maggie. This is the fucking Simpsons.
But I mean, you're the only one that knows anything about it, Sean. So
Apparently,
Yes.
according to this, it also never got a final season. Damn.
oh, hey, like K.
Blue ball in your fans much?
It is a hard G and a short I.
What?
It's pronounced Magi.
Okay, is that specifically from the author or something? Because if not, then no, the original
In
pronunciation.
this show, it's Magi.
Okay.
Though traditionally pronunciation would have it Magi, it is one of the first questions asked in the booth. In fact, you look at the logo for the show, it displays the katakana for Ma-gi pronunciation.
See, that's what I'm saying. If
So
it's,
go fuck yourself.
well, no, it's Japanese. If it's Japanese, yes. If it's he's literally using that, like, I suppose you can, I can't remember what the term for it is.
There's no two ways around it. If that's the official way, that's the official way.
Yeah, no, like if that's how he wants it to be pronounced, I guess that's fine. But he's just using a word and changing.
But he's still wrong.
It's like saying GIF instead of, or I'm sorry, GIF instead of GIF. If you say GIF, you know, die.
Yeah, that's
Sean,
fucking
just
peanut
like
butter.
me and my author will just be in this corner where we know we're right.
Exactly.
Literally only.
No, you mean illiterally.
And Josh and Sasha are laughing at him in the corner.
The fucking wolf laughing.
Yeah.
I fucking hate y'all. Whatever. Number 3, Hunter x Hunter. God.
Love you, Sean.
You sure it's not Hunter x Hunter?
Probably.
We didn't even talk about it.
Go fuck yourself.
Like, no. Like,
No, go
talk
fuck
about the
yourself.
anime because it's important. This is what we're here for.
No, we're just here
All
to
right.
make fun of Sean. So,
So-
feel pain.
Magi, or for Sasha and Josh, Magi.
For you Westerners.
Dicks.
You mean those of us with
So-
a thesaurus?
There are some magical, I guess I don't want to say deities, but like beings throughout the world known as. Were they known as the Magis? God damn it! You got me fucked up now.
It's in your head.
Technically.
It is. And yeah, no, there's magical beings throughout the world called Magis, and our boy with the blue hair, he is one of them. And there are these magical like fairies, in a way, or not fairies, but like just it's magic. I don't know, whatever.
It seems to be
So-
like Eastern inspired, so probably genie, some kind of form of.
Yes.
I mean, he's got the gem
There's a
on
lot
his
of,
head and
like,
everything.
Yeah, there's like Alibaba is one of the genies. Like there's actually what is it called? There's towers that they go into, and whenever they complete a tower, they will gain a power from the spirit within it.
Treasure.
And Alibaba is the character, one of the characters who is who completes one of these dungeons, and he gets a magic power from, I don't remember who it was, but yeah, there's a bunch of like basically genies. Yes, Jinns.
Yeah, genie. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Alibaba in the Disney's Aladdin was like Jasmine's father?
No, that's what that's the pseudonym that the main character took, if I remember correctly.
Huh.
But Alibaba is originally a character from, if I remember correctly, the Arabian Nights stories.
And then the guy on the right with the purple hair, that's Sinbad, and he is a badass. He has his whole entire side story in the Magi universe.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah,
You've seen the side
It's
story?
I haven't
good.
seen it, but I've seen the like artwork and stuff from it.
The Adventures of Sinbad.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw it on Netflix once.
Yeah, it was good. It's so disappointing that they've only done one season in all this time still. Anyways, Hunter x Hunter.
Magi fans would be pretty disappointed that their anime still
Yes.
hasn't ended, but you know.
Yes.
There are bigger
Anyways.
fish to fry, Sean.
Yes, bigger fish. Hunter x Hunter. It's good.
Number
It is.
3.
I've never really. Also with Maggie.
You're
Do you
trying
think
really
it
hard.
would be? It should be ranked up that high as well.
Number 4? I mean, I've heard nothing but good things for Magi.
No, honestly,
I was
I
even
have
recommended it at one
zero
point.
complaints. I have zero complaints about Magi.
I mean, it still sits forever on my to-watch list. Speaking of which, as a quick aside, there's still stuff from last season that I haven't watched, and a new season's already started, so I'm way behind. So Magi, I guess, will just forever sit on my to-watch list.
Understandable.
That's so unfortunate.
Dear God. I mean, probably my fault for spending all my free time playing video games instead of watching anime.
Well, okay. For the third time, Hunter x Hunter. Sitting at number 3. Anyone else watch this one?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
God.
It's definitely one of those when you think of shonen.
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean,
definitely
No,
one that comes to
it's
mind.
good.
I
It
always
is a really
see
good series.
things about it, and I just never really took the time.
And it has a lot of good story building, and the world building is great in it, and it has its dark points. And I will say it does have some really disappointing points in some of their arcs that you wish just didn't take the turn that it does.
Oh, do tell. Do tell.
Oh, it's like literally towards the end of the anime, so I'm not gonna tell.
Okay.
But
Wanted to see if anybody wanted to start a discussion about that.
But then there's like characters like Hisoka, who everyone just refers to as the pedophile from Hunter x Hunter.
I mean, isn't that what they were going for?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
It's got
But he literally, like,
he's got a strange fascination with little kids, bro.
Yes, he wants our main boy going.
He wants
And
the
he
G.
kind of grooms going to develop his powers more so he can have a better fight when the time comes. But
I mean, think about it. It's almost like an analogy, really.
yeah,
Like a perfect
unfortunately,
parallel.
unfortunately, that fight's never gonna happen because of a certain thing that Gon does later on. But if you've seen it, you know. That's what I'll say. Maybe sometime we'll get into that a bit more detail, but I doubt we'll ever actually fully cover Hunter x Hunter on this channel unless the boys here just decide to watch it by themselves sometime. But wait and see.
Better try and acquire some method of means to watching all this stuff.
Fma Brotherhood.
Number 2.
Please, for the love of God, tell me y'all have at least watched Brotherhood.
Never really liked.
You'd be disappointed in me if I said no.
Alchemist.
I'm
Was
gonna
that
be
the
disappointed.
original?
Like
No. That
Brotherhood
was
No.
the
the
remake.
one that
I watched
did
the original.
recently.
Brotherhood's the
Damn, you
remake that
watched the
actually has
original,
like
but not the
completed
remake?
story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
they
it
actually
was on
complete the
Cartoon
story
Network.
with Brotherhood.
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so is this one.
I didn't, dude. I wasn't watching at that time. I'm sorry. My God.
Unfortunate.
Like, honestly, yes, because Fullmetal Alchemist, it's longer, not in the sense of like actual length, but like the time it takes Brotherhood to do the original Fullmetal Alchemist story is shortened. It's kind of like almost as if you were watching Dragon Ball Z Kai.
I was about to say, kind of like Kai.
But so with Fullmetal Alchemist, it stops whenever after they fight like the first of the sins, basically.
Mhm.
But Brotherhood, it goes all the way through to where they actually fight Father with his Philosopher's Stone at the end. And it's the story's so good. So good, so sad. Fucking Nina going big brother. Y'all know that one, right? Please, for the love of God, tell me
Yes,
at
we
least
know the
that.
meme. It's been
Yes.
done to death at this point.
Yes. But no, I mean, there's a lot of great points in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I mean,
I have
the
a
story
kid.
is so good.
I have a dog. Ugh.
Like, forget best shonen anime ever. And Full Metal Alchemist is usually, from what I know, in contention for just best anime of all time. So
It's high on most people's lists, yeah.
it's rather surprising it sits at number 2 at this list.
Well,
But that's
Do you
why
wanna
when we
go
get to
straight
number
into number
one, I
one?
think I'll understand what was
Fucking-
up with this list.
Yu Yu
So
Hakusho.
what was number 1?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
So fucking good. Yeah, I can see. why
Don't
this
get me
is-
wrong, I love Yu Yu Hakusho. I do. But the last season it
Okay.
drops the ball.
The last season is bad. I will give you that. But it like, barring that, it really is like a big, birth of the shonen, like the rebirth of shonen in the early 2000s.
For sure. Is this 2000s?
I believe, if
I
not,
don't
it was
think
late
so.
90s.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s. It was running into the 2000s, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
92.
definitely had a lot of
No,
seasons.
okay, I am fucking hella wrong. Never mind.
From 92 to 94 was the original airing in Japan. 02 to 06 in America.
Okay, so
Oh,
that's why.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
definitely
in the early 2000s, that's when America got it. So that's kind of when the resurgence of weeb culture in the U.S. kind of
Spirit Finger.
finger bang.
And so here's the stunning revelation I've come across after reading the fact that Yu Yu Hakusho was first, is this person's probably old.
I don't believe you because
No,
there's
'cause
no,
then there's no Dragon
way. With all this shit that's been on here, no Dragon Ball, no Fist of the North Star, like none of the older, like...
I don't know, man, because they put, well, for starters, Black Clover's like the newest on this list.
Okay, but
It's like,
My
it
Hero
seems like-
Academia, a fucking
Okay, but
fairy tale.
But first of all, My Hero is 8. In My Hero, it's solid. It's really solid, but even then, it still sits at like 8.
Well, right, but there's no like indication of this person, having heavily watched the older ones because again, look at all this stuff. All of this stuff is like, yeah, maybe from the early 2000s, but nothing of it is before like the 90s.
Well, I'm not saying old. I'm not saying like they're in their in their fucking 50s.
Well, right, I'm not saying that either, but like, I mean, my roommate's 30 and he's still like heavily addicted to Dragon Ball Z and Super and shit like that. I don't know.
So what do y'all want to say about Yu Yu Hakusho?
It's a very good shonen. It has a really cohesive story. It meanders in some places for sure, but overall it's a really good watch, and I can see why it's placed so highly on this list. I might not have put it at number 1, but then again, this person, I don't like the way that they rate
Alright.
things.
I got it figured out. No, this person is not old, but I remember this airing on Cartoon Network, and I bet you they grew up and this was their favorite show growing up. And that's why it's
that
number
could
1.
definitely very well be it, because
'Cause I remember it had a huge following too.
Yeah, this featured very heavily on Toonami.
I personally never got into it because I went to go try watching because everyone's, oh, it's so good. But like when you jump in and you're midway and things are already going off and you don't know who's who and what's going on, and I don't know. I'm one of those people. If I don't watch it from the beginning and I'm starting in the middle, I'm not gonna watch it.
And it's kind of the opposite of JoJo's, where every character is just a pretty boy. Actually, I would liken it more to like Inuyasha, I guess. All the males have a very I wouldn't say effeminate, but very.
Can I just say I'm glad that Inuyasha's not on this list?
I agree.
Well, yeah, wasn't that one? That was technically a shoujo.
Yeah, I would way more consider that a shoujo. This, but this is breaching the territory into that shoujo character design, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Sure, I guess if
Yu Yu
you consider
Hakusho?
something from I guess if you compare like Fist of the North Star to this, it's like it
Yeah, no,
I
like
think it
this
lacks a
thing
lot
is
of that
here, but
Macho
Fist of the
Man
North Star is not on it at all. Like, fucking what?
Well, I guess let's go ahead and figure out where we're going to be placing everything. Do y'all want to start from the back and go down, or
let's just do top 5 and
Start
knock
number.
out and everything else, really. For starters, what shouldn't be on
Okay.
this list, really?
It's Black Clover. It's like
I'm going to say Black Clover and
I don't know about that one. That should be on the list. And what else? Very debatable whether fucking Attack on Titan should even be on this list.
I say Maggie shouldn't be on this list because fuck Sean.
Other than
Alright,
that,
so-
I really don't have any issues like with things being on the list.
I think Black Clover's good at 15. I'm honestly gonna say.
Well, you gotta
probably
narrow
bring-
it down to what's going to be your top 5 anyway. So
Oh fuck. Okay, shit.
Yeah, okay, fair
Got
enough.
it. God, that's such a pain in the ass. Well, I'll tell you right now, it's probably gonna be FMA. Dragon Ball, Naruto, My Hero. Fuck. So FMA, Dragon Ball, Naruto, My Hero. Damn, I only have one more.
Yep.
Fuck. Yu Yu Hakusho.
I feel that. Understandable.
damn, no Naruto on that list.
No, I said Naruto.
Oh, you said Naruto. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was like 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, I blanked out for a second.
Not necessarily in that order, but top 5.
Just gonna write that one down real quick.
I need to just go ahead and make a Mal list.
Honestly, we need to do that episode where no, not even Mal. You know what we need to do? There was this trend called the anime square, where you pick 9 anime, you put them in however you want to arrange them, and that should apparently encapsulate who you are as an anime viewer.
Huh.
You pick
Well,
9 that you think best represents you as an anime viewer. It's very
Interesting.
interesting. I'm surprised I didn't hear about this trend.
I'll have to take a look at
Usually
that.
very internet savvy. This was apparently back in 20, I want to say 15 or something.
Oh, damn.
Quick, Josh. You're 5. Go.
I'm gonna go based off of my experience, and I'm going to have to say it's probably some of these are maybe not because of the anime, but more so the manga that I've read. I have to agree with Naruto is something that a lot of us grew up with. That's my first one because that was like you said, we grew up with this shit as things were progressing. Second's gonna be Dragon Ball Z because again that's one that really hit hard. And again, when it came to Shonen Jump, reading that as a manga was great. Again, there was a lot more detail. I'd say for my third one would probably go Bleach because again I read that since the beginning as a manga, and that one hit me a lot differently. I would say
you have to judge it on its merits as an anime though, since this is an anime list.
Okay, well then I have no idea then because I don't have as much experience with these as an anime. So.
Fuck it then. Just keep going because fuck off. I mean, you gotta at least do something. Fuck it.
Right.
Go for it. Finish it. You just need 2 more.
Fine. Then I guess I'll just say My Hero Academia and then whatchamacallit, Attack on Titan.
Ooh. Okay. Psycho.
A lot like Josh, I'm gonna have to base it on whether I've seen it, because there's, like I said, there's a lot on this list I haven't seen because I chose a select few. Said, okay, I can't watch all this anime, and without just not watching seasonal stuff. So, on my list definitely has to be Naruto. Grew up with it. Yu-Gi-Oh! I have a soft spot, not because I've seen the entirety of the anime or anything, but I've seen bits and pieces here and there, and I've watched the one movie that came out.
Oh
That was
god.
really good.
Yeah.
My Hero, because
Blue
I
Eyes Shining
watched
White
it,
Dragon.
enjoyed it, and it's still ongoing, and I'm still keeping up with it. And Fullmetal, just because I've heard it so much. I've
You
heard
only
it
have
around
4.
my circles too many times to not acknowledge the behemoth that it is.
You're only at 4.
I know. Then that's it for my list.
Bitch,
Bitch.
you need 5.
You said 5.
You said 5 yourself.
What? I know I said
You
5,
said-
but I said I'm still basing it off of what I've seen. I didn't watch at least 5 episodes.
Oh.
And you didn't watch Fullmetal, and you added that to your list.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't. Okay, I'll include Bleach, I guess, but I didn't finish it. I watched like 3 episodes, and then I was like, okay, I'll come back to it. I didn't.
All right,
Fuck. There you go, Bleach. What do you want from me?
Sasha.
Top is definitely going to have to be Fist of the North Star, just because of, how influentially. I mean, it started the fucking Shonen.
This list, motherfucker. This list.
Oh, on this list?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as Psycho. I don't watch most of these. Like, I don't like most of these. I mean, if it has to be from this list, yeah, I'm sorry, Chief. I don't. Top, I guess, should be Dragon Ball, I guess, mixed in with Z, because either way, like, if not, I can't, Just Z on its own is not that great. It's okay. Yu Yu Hakusho. One Piece. Not my
Really struggling
favorite
here,
thing.
folks.
Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't know what else. I haven't watched any of these ones.
Wait, so you did Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, Yu-Gi-Oh! What else? Yu Yu Hakusho?
One Piece. You said?
All right. One Piece, and then Yu Yu Hakusho. There you go. You got 5 right there.
Wait, what?
You didn't add Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah,
You were saying you
was
liked
my
that
second
one,
thing.
didn't you?
Yeah, that was my second one. But, yeah, that's
Dragon
fine. That's
Ball?
fine, because,
Wait,
I don't
fuck.
know any of the other ones here.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Dragon Ball Z,
That's fine.
One Piece. Nope, I'm recounting. Yu-Gi-Oh!
You.
Yu Yu. All right, you need one more.
I haven't watched any of the rest of these.
We just don't end the podcast until we get the 5th.
And I really don't want to put Naruto on there because, yeah, while it has had a huge impact, like, I don't see it really as that great. Like, we're having to think on it as an anime as well, and I don't think as an anime it performed that great, in my opinion.
What about Bleach? Same?
You know what? I'll add Bleach in there.
He
Yeah,
did
but
it.
Bleach was
Yeah.
alright.
There's a-
Tons of filler.
Done. There we
Yeah.
go. God, this is
Fuck
such a
this anime
struggle.
list. It's trash.
Such a struggle. Well, you heard it here. This is a shit roast.
I'm gonna be
But-
honest, this was probably not one of our better. I kind of knew going into this, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna roast Shonen all too well, because I know a lot of us love Shonen. And even when we know the faults of a lot of the shows we love, we still give it a lot of slack because of how much we love it.
I mean, I will say,
Like, we roasted
Black
zombie
Clover,
shows
it
really
has-
well because we know.
oh yeah, we did.
Because we know when something is bad, it's bad. But with Shonen, it's a lot harder to say,
Yeah.
because even when something is bad, it can still be really enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like the Black Clover pick, I don't understand why Black Clover's on here. Because, I mean, the animation is not consistent throughout it. And the only thing that has really going for it is the fights. It has its world building, but
I mean, there's a ton of big ones that they're missing in this list, and they added that one of all.
Yeah, of all time, it's like there
yeah.
are a lot
I don't know.
better picks that could have gone on this one.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't understand why Yu-Gi-Oh's on it, to be honest.
I can kind of
it not a
see
shonen?
why,
It's a
but
shonen.
definitely not as
It
high
is a
as-
shonen, but like...
It's
you're
not a
saying this
battle
is
shonen, but it is
Yu-Gi-Oh's-
a shonen.
Yeah, I mean,
You're going to
because
say Yu-Gi-Oh's better?
enough. Well, no, than Black Clover. At least, I don't know. I watched
but
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Black Clover.
Like it at least deserves a spot on this list. Maybe not as high as it is, but
Yeah. And then Seven Deadly Sins loses animation, but it still has a story, but and Fairy Tail unfortunately has a lot of filler. And same with Bleach, Naruto, but at the same time, Fairy Tail is very like, when it gets close to the end of the arc, you know Natsu's gonna come in doing some bullshit magic power that's gonna just end the fight.
Yeah, see, that's also my issue with Dragon Ball Z, is that, you always know, like,
Goku's gonna come in and
he's gonna shit wreck literally everybody there.
Or spirit bomb someone, yeah.
And I don't know, maybe I didn't get far enough into Naruto, but that was also an issue I had with that one.
Well, yeah, but with the whole Naruto thing is that there's all the transformations and everything with it that change.
Oh, transformations, you say? It's almost like Dragon Ball Z made that happen.
I'm not
Fair.
gonna lie.
You're
Naruto, any time it was like, oh, he's in a pickle, their out was just give him a transformation.
Yeah, which was kind of
Give
the same
him,
with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
All the power scaling was always a transformation.
Yep.
I mean, they did a
Fair.
little bit more creatively because it was like infusing with creatures and how certain different combinations gave you different fusions, but
It's definitely a more unique take on it, but, I mean, same principle.
yeah, it's still the same core principle at the end of the day. I was shocked. You know what I was really shocked by? I was shocked by the fact that Gintama wasn't on this list.
Fucking right? Gintama
was
like,
really good.
The highest rated shonen.
And even though it's like first and foremost a comedy, because it's supposed to be, parodying a lot of its companion.
Yeah, my top 5 would have been way different
category
than this list.
Is still listed under shonen, so it's still very much a shonen show by technicality.
Make your list. Make your list.
I'm fine with that. My list's gonna be solid.
And then we're gonna roast each other's list.
Dude, that's what we're doing next.
I'm looking forward to that shit.
Yeah, next time we do a filler, we'll do roasting each other's, what was it, anime squares.
We'll just have to get that done.
All right, Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
What's the YouTube?
The YouTube is YouTube/Caffeinated Weebs.
No, it's not. It's a string of characters and shit.
YouTube.com/Caffeinated
There you
Weebs.
go.
Fuck. At YouTube.com is what I meant. But there we go. /Caffeinated Weebs.
Josh, what the hell are we supposed to be doing over on Reddit?
On our Caffeinated Weebs, /Caffeinated Weebs, we have our subreddit where you can give recommendations, comment how you feel about the show, give us some feedback. We can start a discussion about anime there.
Comment on our YouTube episodes. And hey,
Tell us
occasionally I
what we
post
are.
a meme of Sean, so enjoy that.
There's
one singular meme.
Big
that exists
sleep.
currently.
One singular meme.
Big sleep.
I'll add more. I'll get to it. I was trying to think of one for last episode, but I couldn't think of one.
There's definitely memeable, material throughout.
Oh, wait. I think I can meme you if I ask you, have you fallen in the hole yet? Has it happened? Are you watching more clips in your free time?
More what? No.
Damn it.
What?
I'm sorry, Sasha. It didn't work. He has now fallen in the hole.
The VTubers. I haven't fallen into it now.
Not
because
yet.
I showed him a few clips right after the podcast, and he was like, he watched the 15-minute video of Miko playing GTA, and I was like, this might be it. I'll go check up on him later. He has not watched the clip.
I think during this entire week, I may have watched like one.
Just
because I wanted to see what it was about, and it was just like,
Callie and Amelia are the
15
most
seconds.
casual ones, at least for me to watch, and it's fucking hilarious.
Anyways, what is our Twitch, Psycho?
Well, you can watch us live at twitch.tv/Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. You might want to do that because, as one of the editors for our YouTube episodes, sometimes I'll cut shit out. So if you want the genuine, non-filtered experience, you can find it here.
Some things I will cut out, but that's a little less depending on what the fuck's going on.
Depends
Like,
on if you
Lupin
feel
needed
like
to
it.
be cut big time because it was like nearly 2 hours. Anyways,
Sorry.
you can listen to us on podcast format on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. Just look up Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. And you can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Shawnee095.
You can find myself at Psychometry, that's with 3 Ys, at Twitch and Twitter under the same handle.
You can find me at Twitch and Twitter under Sasha's Streams.
You can find me at zombie_jaw on Twitch and Twitter.
Well, this was episode 40. We're getting really close to ending our first season, we've decided, at episode 50.
Hell yeah.
And we will begin some of the Dark Roast in season 2.
Oh, gods. Oh, no.
Super hyped for it.
Have we at least figured out what topic?
Nope.
There's a slight hint for when we talk about episode, or for our anime squares. It's like, generally when we talk about stuff like Shonen, I'll be pretty tuned out, but when you see my anime square, you'll understand why when we get to the Dark Roast stuff, I'll be like super energetic.
God damn it.
My anime
Bonk.
encapsulation.
Porn in jail.
Edgy.
My anime encapsulation sits very much on the adult side.
I very much need bonk.
Well.
Get me out of here. You're about to bonk me.
All right, guys.
Porn in jail.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Bye-bye. Don't get corona.
What?
Gonna fucking bonk me.
I will fucking bonk you.
No! Bonk, bonk, bonk,
No.
bonk. God.